Today, we'll debate should pineapple be banned as a pizza topping? With Giovanni, a traditionalist Italian chef, and Skylar, a postmodern foodie. They're two artificial intelligence personas. Please introduce yourselves.
Buongiorno. My name is Giovanni, and I am the self-appointed pizza police chief of Naples. Yes, with an official badge made from real mozzarella. I was born with flour in my veins, tomato sauce in my heart, and a deep, undying suspicion of pineapples. My mama always said, Giovanni, pizza is like opera. If you add pineapples, the whole performance collapses. Picture this. You come to my pizzeria, order a margarita, and mamma mia, someone wants to turn my oven into a fruit salad factory. I say no. I defend pizza traditions like I defend my nana's secret recipe, with gestures and loud opinions. So beware, if you mention pineapple near my dough, you might just get chased out with a rolling pin and a lecture about pasta shapes. Because in my kitchen, pineapple on pizza is strictly how you say, forget about it.
Hey, I'm Skylar, culinary anarchist, part-time TikTok taste tester, and full-time captain of Team Hash Food Freedom. If there's one thing I love more than trying weird combos, it's ruffling the pepperoni feathers of stuffy pizza purists like Giovanni. Sorry, G, but I didn't come here to color inside the crust. To me, pizza is like an edible vision board. Why be rigid? Last week, I had a slice topped with kimchi, marshmallows, and jalapenos, and lived to Instagram about it. My motto, if you can dream it, you can cheese it. I believe everyone's taste buds are unique, so why not let them party, banning pineapple? That's like telling someone they got wear socks with sandals. Is it controversial? Yes. Is it criminal? Only to people who fear fun. So bring on the pineapple, the pickles, the potato chips. Anything goes in my kitchen. Because in Skylar's world, forbidden toppings just taste better. Let's slice things up, shall we?
Thank you, guys. Giovanni and Skylar will now present their 3 rounds of arguments.
Bene. Skylar, my adventurous friend, I admire your courage. You are like Marco Polo, roaming the world in search of exotic flavors. But allow me, Giovanni, to offer a slice of history alongside a dollop of wisdom. Imagine Naples, 1889. Queen Margherita herself tastes for the first time the masterpiece dedicated to her. The margherita pizza, tomatoes, mozzarella, basil, simple, perfect, like the Italian flag. Now tell me, do you think the royal chef rushed to the palace market and said, "Quick, bring me a pineapple"? No. He respected hundreds of years of culinary tradition. Because pizza is not just food, it is heritage, culture, a masterpiece passed from nonna to nonna. Even UNESCO agrees. Neapolitan pizza making is, how you say, an intangible cultural heritage. You wouldn't squeeze ketchup on the Mona Lisa or wear flip-flops to a cathedral, yes? In the same way, putting pineapple on pizza is like painting graffiti on Michelangelo's David. So, out of respect for tradition and history, and to preserve the identity of pizza for future generations, pineapple should not just be frowned upon, it should be gently escorted off the dough. Mangia bene, mangia vero. Eat well, eat authentic.
Oh, Giovanni, I totally get your devotion to tradition. Seriously, you and your nana's rolling pin make a terrifying pair. But let's be real. Pizza itself is the OG rule breaker. Think about it, tomatoes came to Italy from the Americas. Back in the day, some purist was probably wagging his wooden spoon yelling, "Tomatoes on flatbread? Sacrilegio. If we'd listened, you'd be serving dry bread topped with salt and maybe a sad anchovy. Not exactly la dolce vita, am I right?" Even in Italy, pizza evolved. Sicilians put sardines on theirs. Romans make it thin and crispy. Neapolitans make it fluffy. Pizza traveled the world and picked up new tricks. Deep dish in Chicago, corn and mayo in Japan, tandoori chicken in India. That's not disrespect. That's delicious global progress. Food is a living tradition. If we lock recipes in a time capsule, we lose all the brilliant possibilities. Banning pineapple isn't preserving culture. It's freezing it in time. Let people experiment. Who knows? Maybe your great-great-grandkids will be arguing about whether durian belongs on pizza. Don't worry, I promise to draw the line there.
Skylar, my dear, you make history sound like a pizza buffet. Please, sir, I'll take 2 scoops of global progress and a sprinkle of tandoori chicken. You're very creative, but let's not turn Naples into a food court. Capi? Hey, listen, yes, pizza evolved. Tomatoes made it here. centuries ago. But there's a difference between natural evolution and total culinary chaos. What's next on your edible vision board? Bubblegum crust with a side of TikTok dance? Why not just melt a smartphone on top and call it Generation Zize? You say banning pineapple is like freezing culture. I say adding pineapple is like microwaving a masterpiece. Should we let everyone repaint Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel just because they feel expressive? Oh look, the creation of Adam, but this time, everyone's wearing Crocs and holding a smoothie. Skylar, you chase brilliant possibilities, but I chase flavor that honors centuries of heart and history. Experiment all you want, but please leave my sacred pizza out of your fruit salad parade. Pizza deserves respect, not a spa day at the produce aisle.
Giovanni, I think we found your secret ingredient. Melodrama. Honestly, listening to you, I'm almost afraid a pineapple ring will sneak onto your pizza and trigger the apocalypse. Cue Vesuvius erupting, but this time with molten pineapple syrup. Sure, tradition is important, but if we stuck to it religiously, you'd be riding to the pizzeria on a donkey, and your wood-fired oven would be the only hotspot in Naples. Culture grows, my friend. And come on, even the Romans threw wild parties and weren't exactly known for pure, understated recipes? Stuffed dormice, anyone? You always bring up the Sistine Chapel, but let's not pretend pizza is a Renaissance fresco. It's dinner, not an art heist. People put ketchup on steak, mayo on fries, and yes, pineapple on pizza. If the world survived Pineapplegate, surely your Nonna's spirit can too. At the end of the day, the only true pizza crime is soggy crust. So, keep your rolling pin handy, Giovanni, but save it for anyone who burns their pizza. As for me, I'll be over here mixing up toppings, making each slice a masterpiece. Michelangelo can paint the ceilings. He'll handle the snack table.
Ah, Skylar, I must say you have the imagination of Leonardo da Vinci after too many espressos. But let's keep our feet, or should I say, our dough, on the ground. You say, pizza isn't high art, it's just dinner. But I tell you, in Naples, pizza is art. Just ask the pizzaiolos. Our pizza makers are as legendary as Michelangelo, just with more calluses and slightly more mozzarella on their hands. If we followed your culinary timeline, by next year we'll see fig jam, gummy bears, and who knows, a QR code baked right into the crust. Scan here for flavor confusion? Sure, cultural evolution is great, but let's not confuse a recipe for a group project where everyone brings their own toppings and chaos reigns. There's a reason you don't see spaghetti sushi or risotto milkshakes. Some traditions have boundaries for a reason, no. I love a good party, but I don't want my pizza to show up dressed like it's going to Coachella, covered in edible glitter and existential dread. So let's preserve what works, honor the masters, and keep the pineapple safely on the dessert tray where it belongs. Mengia autentico Skylar, your tongue and Nonna's ghost will thank you. Key points? Pizza is culinary art rooted in tradition. Not every innovation is an improvement. Boundaries keep classic dishes classic. There's room for fun, but respect for heritage keeps great food great.
Giovanni, you truly put the Mamma Mia in pizza passion. But if pizza is art, why not let everyone be their own Picasso? Who says your Mona Lisa smile isn't my winky face made of pepperoni and, dare I say it, pineapple sunglasses? You warn against chaos like pineapple is one small step from anarchy. But real chaos is showing up at a kid's pizza party and telling them their favorite topping is culinary vandalism. Imagine their faces. That's the real tragedy. Forget edible glitter. Tradition's wonderful, but history proves foodies are rebels at heart. Tomatoes were once weird, chili flakes were scandalous, even espresso took time to conquer Italy. The best classics were once considered questionable experiments. Thank goodness people took risks. The heart of pizza is inclusivity and joy. Let's celebrate both the masters and the mavericks. You guard the holy oven, Giovanni, but let the rest of us dance a little in the pineapple rain. Key points: food traditions grow richer by embracing new flavors, even controversial ones. Culinary rules are meant to be bent for creativity and inclusion. Pizza at its best brings people together, no matter what's on top.
Thank you for your speeches. Someone from the audience will now make a question to Giovanni and Skylar. Hi there, I am Priya, a self-confessed foodie from Mumbai and a firm believer in the more toppings, the merrier, though I admit I have my limits. No durian for me, Skylar. I've loved hearing both of your spicy takes tonight. Giovanni, you've spoken passionately about tradition and authenticity, but I am curious. What are your thoughts on dietary adaptations? For example, making pizza gluten-free or vegan, which often strays from that classic Neapolitan method. Should those versions also be gently escorted off the menu, or is there room in your heart and pizzeria for adaptation when it comes to health and accessibility, even if it means tweaking the sacred recipe?
Ah, Priya, what a bella domanda. First, let me say, the world would be a very sorry place without people who love to eat. So, grazie ace, from one food lover to another, now you ask about gluten-free and vegan pizza. Let me put down my rolling pin and speak from the heart. I admit, at first I was like, gluten-free pizza, vegan cheese, Mama would turn in her grave. But then I thought, isn't the point of pizza to bring joy to everyone at the table, not just those who can digest wheat and cheese? Here's my take. Adapting the recipe for health or accessibility is an act of hospitality, not heresy. I may grumble while kneading gluten-free dough. It's like wrestling an octopus, I swear. But if it means someone gets to enjoy a slice with friends, then va bene. Everyone deserves a taste of la dolce vita. So unlike pineapple, which flies in purely for flavor chaos, dietary adaptations come from a place of care and inclusion. If you love pizza but need a vegan, gluten-free, or lactose-free version, my pizzeria door is open. But pineapple? Still politely shown the exit, with a smile and maybe a biscotti for the road. In short, tradition is precious, but kindness at the table comes first.
Thanks, Giovanni, for that thoughtful answer. I appreciate your openness to sharing La Dolce Vita widely. Skylar, your arguments definitely celebrate creativity and inclusion, which I love. But here's something I am curious about. With so much freedom to experiment, is there ever a point where anything goes might dilute what makes pizza, well, pizza? For example, if someone piles on sweet toppings, unconventional sauces, or bizarre crusts, is there a line where it stops being pizza and becomes something else entirely? Or do you think the definition of pizza should always be totally flexible, as long as people enjoy it?
Priya, awesome question. As someone who has eaten pizza on everything from naan to cauliflower crust, I totally get where you're coming from. When does pizza stop being pizza and just become a round snack experience? For me, pizza is kind of like language. It constantly evolves, and regional accents make it richer, not less pizza. But there is a baseline. You generally need something bread-like as a base, some sauce and toppings, with cheese as the usual, but not required, guest star. After that, I'm all for bending the rules as far as your taste buds will let you. Honestly, experimentation is how we ended up with amazing stuff. Hello, BBQ chicken pizza and paneer tikka pie. But if someone puts jelly beans on matzo and calls it pizza, I might have to gently ask if they meant dessert art. So yes, there are limits. More squishy boundaries than hard walls. As long as there's a nod to the pizza spirit, sharing, creativity, and some kind of recognizable base. I say let people keep redefining pizza. It's a dish and a delicious conversation, right?
The debaters now have a minute to talk about something they regret not bringing up to the discussion.
Ah, Priya, you are all asking such clever questions. I almost wish I had brought a bigger espresso. Now, since we're all friends here, let me confess. There's something I regret not bringing up. The great debate about fork and knife versus eating with your hands. I could have spent a good 5 minutes defending the honor of pizza slices everywhere from the tyranny of cutlery, but alas, maybe next debate. And Skylar, che bella creativa, you made many strong points, but I must say the most terrible argument you brought tonight was jelly beans on matzo. Dio mio, hearing that, even my pizza stone wept. I beg you, Skylar, for the sake of hungry children everywhere, let's never let dessert art and pizza meet in the same sentence again unless we're talking about Nutella on pizza. Which, okay, even I can forgive once in a while. Mangia, mangia.
Ah, Giovanni, if your pizza stone wept, then my oven just rolled its eyes and preheated itself for another round of pineapple. Thinking back, I totally regret not bringing up one of pizza's true mysteries. Why is it always delivered in a square box, but it's round, and then you cut it into triangles? I mean, if there's ever proof that pizza was meant to break the rules, that's it. As for Giovanni, I have to say the most tragic argument tonight was comparing pineapple on pizza to what was it? Putting flip-flops in the Sistine Chapel or graffiti on Michelangelo's David. Giovanni, if mixing flavors is a crime against art, then I guess my taste buds belong in museum jail. But hey, if they serve pizza there, I might just volunteer for a life sentence. In the end, may we all keep our ovens hot, our toppings weird, and our sense of humor cheesier than our pies.
Thank you, folks. Let's go over to our judges.
Giovanni's scores. 1. Argumentation and evidence. 8 out of 10. Giovanni's arguments were clear, well-structured, and grounded in historical precedent. He referenced the origins of pizza, the UNESCO heritage status, and appealed to respect for tradition. While very persuasive, at times he leaned heavily on analogy and emotion rather than diverse factual support. Strong use of tradition and history. Effective historical references, e.g., Margherita Pizza, Queen Margherita, UNESCO heritage. Would benefit from addressing health or taste preferences more, and not just tradition. 2. Engagement and responsiveness. 9 out of 10. Giovanni directly and humorously addressed Skylar's points, referenced audience questions thoughtfully, and stayed engaged even while maintaining his classicist stance. He was able to adapt his arguments when challenged and showed willingness to accept dietary changes for inclusivity. Provided thoughtful and good-humored rebuttals. Responded well in unexpected direction situations, e.g., gluten-free pizza. Occasionally sidestepped broader food evolution arguments. 3. Style and entertainment. 9 out of 10. Giovanni's witty persona, colorful language, and Italian flair made his contributions entertaining. He used snark, metaphors, and anecdotes that kept the energy high and the audience engaged. Memorable quips, e.g., Pizza Place Chief, Fruit Salad Factory. Playful exaggerations and Italian stereotypes worked for comedic effect. Sometimes risk leaning into cliché, but overall delightful. Skylar's scores. 1. Argumentation and evidence. 8 out of 10. Skylar advocated strongly for innovation, inclusiveness, and evolution in food. She referenced real-world culinary changes, e.g., tomatoes' introduction to Italy, global pizza adaptations, though she often argued principles, freedom, creativity, more than specifics. Solid use of food history, e.g., tomatoes, global pizza variations. Used logical extensions to advocate for openness. Could have included more concrete examples or data for impact, e.g. survey of pizza preferences. 2. Engagement and responsiveness. 10 out of 10. Skylar was quick to counter Giovanni's traditionalism with sharp humor and thoughtful analogies. She actively listened, referenced Giovanni's metaphors and quips, responded with new ideas, and engaged playfully with the audience's question. Direct, witty rebuttals to Giovanni's points. Highly responsive to questions and challenges. Adapted stance gracefully, acknowledged boundaries. 3. Style and entertainment. 10 out of 10. Skylar's delivery was energetic, funny, and relatably quirky. Her metaphors, pizza is like an edible vision board, pop culture references, and playful callbacks made her arguments memorable. Consistently entertaining, blended humor with substance. Clever jabs, oven rolled its eyes, museum jail. Created a strong, engaging persona that balanced provocation and warmth.
What are your opinions about the debate? What would you like to see ICE debate next? Keep questioning.